Hello guys. Nom 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 nom. What's up? Plus Minecraft. Yeah. Yeah. And go to Control Q. That's if this was using up CPU. Anyway. Why is there no, like, there's still not proper window snapping on Mac OS? Come on, guys. We have fucking window snapping. Abort. Let me check something real quick. Update. Buddy. Go away. Woo! What the fuck? No, my brother used to get mad. My brother used to get mad at me because they just sneeze too much. It's really funny. Anyway. Game. The bird's gonna be flying back and forth because he's interested in what the fuck's going on. You may see its head from the camera. It's on top of the computer right now. They're pooping on my fucking iMac. Yeah. Because I'm fast. All mall, no ball. All mall, no ball. We have no hacks, guys. I may send in hacks. You have stack totems though, and stack stuff. Yo. Run kits. Give me kit. Give not signal. I'll give you kit. Except for me. And Epi is gonna suck if we know that. You don't have lots of money. For a graphics card. Anyway, can you guys hear me still? The FPS came back up because the game is not fucking great. Making my FPS dog shit. But anyway. One sec. There we go. We're going to keep those open for now. I should not have said that on a fucking stream. Drop out. Yeah, it's laggy because I'm streaming on a 2013 iMac and I have only 8 gigs of RAM. So I shouldn't do that. My bicep. Shut your yap. I don't need to fix anything. There's nothing wrong with it. This is literally my specs, guys. Okay. So, the fucking terminal. Yeah, we only got Intel integrated graphics. Why is it colder at night? That doesn't make any sense because it's colder at night outside. Your phrasing doesn't work. It's colder at night because there's no sun outside. The sun is on the other side of the earth. That's why. Doy. Jump up. Drop the bottom. Right? Anyway. Open gens popping off, I guess. Wow. I didn't even notice this. Look at how many DDoS attacks you got in 1 week. Sheesh. I am mortified. Wait a second. He's good. Hey. This is crazy. That's a lot in 1 week, man. That's a lot. We must have really big haters right now. Like, these are really big haters, dude. What about the past, let's say 1 hour? Okay, 9. What about past 12 hours? 9. Past 1 day? Funny number. But yeah, that's crazy, eh? In 1 week, that many DDoS attacks? Wow. Your analytics breakdown. You guys should all be on 1.20, 1.5 now. Okay? Update your clients. Why are you still playing 1.20? I don't smoke weed anymore, dude. I'm sober. I don't like drugs. So, anyways. Okay, so we're getting lots in Vietnam now, hey? That's cool. It's like, apparently our demographic is mainly, Libya. Oh, Algeria players. You guys are players from China. But yeah, look, Vietnam, man. Good morning, Vietnam! Anyways, that's cool. I want some Asian players, dude. Yeah, man. This is what we do. Anyway, we're just waiting for something right now. I don't know, I don't care, dude. I like alligators. I like alligators. Need a wild crocodile. Ugh. See what the fuck happens. Don't worry about it. I'll get some more stories in a bit. You'll see. Waiting. Just wait. Oh. I don't like Taylor Swift, but yeah. Here's the thing. Here's what people don't understand. You cops, if you're so busy investigating me, this is literally 183 criminal offenses in a span of a week. And big ones too. It messes with infrastructure. Networking infrastructure is not a joke, okay? It's how our world functions now. And doing denial of service attacks is not good. It's illegal. It's a crime. And it should be taken seriously. Medical procedures are done with the internet now with robots remotely, okay? DDoS attacks are not a joke. Anyway, they clog up the internet and they waste bandwidth. You go to stream? I mean, maybe I'll make some pancakes. The thing is, I'm not really hungry right now, so. Oh, it is. I'm not hungry. I need a fucking shirt, dude. I'm cold. Yes, it does still make a sound, yeah. What's up, QBC? I hope you're ready to watch something go down. How do I know? I just know. Because I can do what I want. It's a free country. Graham. Yes. No, I'm not fucking gay, dude. I have a wife, so leave me alone. You'll see her one day on stream. Yeah, I can cut that down. It's not a big deal. Just wait. Wait until it gets like 800 gigs, then I'll worry about it, okay? Until it's 800 gigs? No. I don't fart on command. This time I do. This time I do. Anyways, for those asking the zesty questions, if you're asking the zesty questions, here's what you need. You need one of these. You need to open this, and you need to start reading, dude. You need to start believing. You need to believe in Jesus Christ, Son of God. So you need to believe in. John 3:16. Look it up. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, and whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. Wow, what's with all the really, really zesty questions, man? Sheesh. Yep. I want a Mac. Mac superiority. Macs are better than PC. As always, one is always simply better than the other. Mac versus PC. Mac versus PC. Mac, the end. What Death Note? Yeah, the new Pope is a joke, dude. I don't care about the Pope. Jesus is the head of the church. That's Jesus' throne, not Satan's throne. No, he wouldn't. He likes Mac. I don't know what he likes. I like Mac, therefore he likes Mac. He likes what I like. But I can't speak for him. He's his own person, you know? Maybe he likes PC. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't like either. Maybe he thinks they're both stupid. Who knows? What the fuck is that? See, all the zesty questions in the chat, dude. Zesty. You guys are gross, man. There's literally pedophiles in the chat, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because I let them put their server on there. About second chances, and the person promised to stop advertising on my server, so I said, okay, I'll put your server on there. I have no problem with that. Yes, I will be out. And what do you mean I'm not beating 66C? I own 6060, dude. What do you mean? Go here. I guess Tracksite has not been online for too long, but you need to stop asking stupid pointless questions and ask real questions. Yeah, man. This is crazy. Yeah. You know what? Let's give it. Because there's nobody playing. I'm going to give a demonstration today. Give me a sec to make sure that IPs are hidden on this one. Oh, we can do my players' IP addresses. Okay, we're good. Okay. So, second. I don't know if you guys see this computer over here. Ah, you can't really see it. Here's what we'll do. I have an Android phone. I'm going to install PoJav Launcher on my Android here. Give me a second. Okay. We're going to simply go here. As you can see, we have a next to perfect Q plugin. I'm going to edit that tab list though. Give me a second. But while you're in the queue, as you can see, we have a perfectly functional queue. But when you're in the queue, right? You can do /PvP, and you can go to the PvP server you want, or go back to the queue server. I just have to fix this. See? We can't do this. Yeah, that's a demonstration. That's a demo of the new Leads Velocity Q plugin, available now on GitHub. Don't get me wrong, it's still very much revision 1.0. It's like APAT Core when it first came out, but it shall be worked on and improved upon and have features added and all that, you know? It takes time. Development isn't overnight type of deal, you know what I mean? It takes time. You want to do it right, it takes time, right? You want to do proper, it takes time doing it. Anyway, that's pretty cozy, man. It's like 21 degrees or some shit. No, my 6B60 is the original 6B60. So, if you go here, this world was made in 2019. It's a 2019 map. I recovered it. I recovered it. Here is my box of dead hard drives. It's kind of broken. So you got this drive. This is not the drive. This is not the drive either. This is also a drive with old 6B60 on it. I just need the money to recover it, and I can get the crack.6b60.org back. It's on here. It's just the drive is dead. I think the head crashed, and all I gotta do is go to a recovery person, or maybe open it up. Maybe I'll open it, but it's a helium-filled drive. I'm scared to do it. But oh wait, never mind. There's another WD black. I don't have that one in there. It's somewhere else. I'm gonna look for it. I put it somewhere else. Those are all dead drives. Somewhere around here I have that other one. I forgot where I put it, dude. I actually lost it, I think. Probably over here. Oh, here we go. Here we are. So, around September of last year, I was just trekking through this box of old hard drives to see if one of them works, because I needed additional storage to download some movies. So I like to torrent a lot of shit. So, but I was trying to download some fucking TV shows for my Jellyfin server, and I wanted to use this drive, and I plugged it in, and when I mounted it, it had the old 6B60 files on it from 2019/2020. I'll show you the log files in a bit. But, yeah, this drive randomly started working around September, and it doesn't work now. Trust me, if it worked now, this would be in the server, and I would be using it. Because it's a good drive. It's a 7200 RPM, 2 terabyte Toshiba drive, and Toshiba does make good drives. It only died because when I was moving one time, I was moving the servers, and I tipped over, and it broke it. So, the head crashed. It started working again, though. This one is the same thing. These two used to be together in a Dell Optiplex, and they ran 6b60.org in 2019/2020. And all I have to do is get these recovered professionally, and I have all my stuff back. So, if you guys want to see the original cracked.6b60.org come back, give me the money and I'll pay for that. Anyway. We go to the log files. Ooh, I deleted them. Good. I deleted the old log files. That's what you're supposed to do. But I have a copy somewhere. So we go over here. I believe I made a copy to here. Maybe not. So we kind of did a cleanup of it. Yeah. I recovered. This is what was on there, because I used to run Pterodactyl back in the day on there. This is old Pterodactyl. See? Because it says daemon data. Now it says volumes these days. But it's just like before 1.0 Pterodactyl. I used to use Pterodactyl for this back in the day. But here you go. So somewhere around here is the log files from back then. 2020. Let's use this. I have anorexia. So anyway, it's fucking annoying. Oh, go back. These are log files. You go back. There's ones that go back to like 2020, but I deleted them because I don't want people's personal information leaked. You know. I care. I recovered it around August 30th. This is where they are. Look, you'll see. There's it's taking a long time to load because here we go. Look, see. Oldest one is 2019. It goes all the way up to like 2020. This is the Q server. This is the old Q server. As you can see, this is Pterodactyl. It's now how Pterodactyl works now. Go back here. It just goes volumes. And this is how Pterodactyl is now. They don't use the word daemon data. That was like pre-release 1.0 Pterodactyl panel. Now we're at fucking, if you go here, we're at like 1.3 or whatever. This is when it was like 0 point something. Anyway, check this out. Pretty cool, eh? So yeah. I like how they accuse me of buying a rip-off 6v16. And no, it's just the original. It's just the original. And that other 6v16 is in violation of my copyright. So he stole those. He bought those domain names off somebody who stole them from me. So, and ask the person who he got them from. He'll be like, yeah, just ask Bleepo, dude. Ask Bleepo. Bleepo will corroborate. It's not a goat. Anyways, did that do for you, Mr. Larry McGee? You see my log files from 2019? And my old 6v60 logo in there? WIT is getting violent, dude. Sad. Nothing gets done with this, man. JJ literally is shitty ass server owners. So yeah, that server violates my copyright for existing. How many of you remember this logo? Remember when they used my logo without my permission? Remember when they did that? This is my logo. I have proof of me having it back in 2019. There you go. I just showed you the proof. Now, let's go to the Wayback Machine. Imagine they got it removed from here. That's okay. There's plenty of other ones just like it that aren't going to remove shit. We go back around here. Over here. What do we see? My website code, first of all, being used, and my logo up here being used. This is not my server. This was never my server. He's pretending to be me. Here's my logo being used up there. That's one of my logos, one of the variations of it. It's a variation of that logo. So, clearly he's ripped me off. Because if we go back to the Wayback Machine, we go to same thing, but we go to 2019/2020. Go there. Right around here. Let's go here. Very close, hey? Almost the exact same website. Literally the exact same, just a different background and a different logo. I had many different logos over the course of this server, and they used multiple versions of them. They're all my logo, created by my community. My copyright has been violated, and you YouTubers fucking promoted this dumb shit. And now you owe me. Here you go. I could forgive, to be honest, but it's crazy, man, how you guys still are meat riding them when I'm proving to you right now, this is my website, and he ripped me off. Anyway, I'm still waiting here for something to happen. This dude is over here DDoSing me nonstop, violating my copyright, and nobody says anything. Nobody helps me. I have no way. I have no recourse. I have literally zero recourse. I've already tried everything that you generally do, which is go and do a DMCA or email the contributors and threaten to take down the video or direct message them. All of that, and to no avail. So, I don't care anymore, man. We don't care about player count. We'll just be a nice small community of people, and we'll be happy with what we have. We don't need to be the biggest to be the best. You know what I mean? Anyway. Too busy, he's probably sitting here. Never anyone used to, guys. Lots of fucking YouTube videos.
Where is this guy, man?
Jono, what's good, man?
Hello, Buzz.
You ready to hit the road?
What, in that?
Yeah.
You're joking.
Hop in, bro.
What the hell is this?
This is Amy.
Amy who? Winehouse?
She's my baby, mate, and she's an absolute beast.
In what
This guy has like the best fucking videos. It's so funny.
department?
In every department, from the rims to the revs to the gears to the raw. Where's my torque? That's my core. Always fire when I floor. Whoa! This is how Amy goes. I'm in the thick of it. Whoa!
Mate, you told me you had a Mercedes.
Yeah, a Mercedes badge.
You put a Mercedes badge on a 1998 Toyota Corolla. Are you normal?
I also put a little cheeky turbo badge on the back, mate.
Turbo? Seriously? Mate, this thing looks like it struggles to hit 20 kilometers.
I'll be honest, mate, she might look a bit rough, but she's packing heat under the hood.
Oh, really? Well, pop the hood then.
Vin Diesel. Check it out. What the fuck is this monstrosity? Mate, this right here is a 1.8 litre engine with 120 horsepower.
Man, I've seen more horsepower in a lawnmower.
Trust me when I say this, bro, this thing can gap anyone. Max Verstappen, no problem. Lewis Hamilton, easy.
It just looks like someone tried to build a barbecue out of scrap metal. Is that duct tape holding the battery?
Not just any duct tape, mate. That's industrial grade duct tape, because this baby, she deserves all the premiums.
And you've got zip ties holding the air filter.
Yeah, had to reinforce it because it kept falling off. I was like speeding too much.
I'm sure it says vape. Anyways, look at this thing.
G'day, cuz. Are you Josh?
Yeah.
I'm Molly, your driving instructor. How are
Good.
I like how his shirt says Christian Dior.
you? Ready for your lesson?
Yeah.
You got your license with you?
Yeah, it's in my wallet.
Good, because mine's suspended.
Wait, what?
Hop in the AMG, cuz, and we'll get started.
What do you mean your license is suspended?
Cuz, what are you doing?
What?
Is this like your first time driving or what?
No, I've had like 6 lessons.
Then how come you're sitting like you got a stick up your ass? Loosen up, alright? One hand on the wheel, one hand out the window,
Every truck driver ever. What's this?
Yeah, well, our trucks are Australia's stops, mate. It's true. Society as we know it would collapse if we didn't have 100,000 blokes on meth driving 80-tonne road trains around in the dark at 120 kilometres an hour. But it's just not enough, mate, you know? You've got a full-on truck driver shortage at the minute, which is why I signed up, you know? I thought it'd be me, Slim Dusty's greatest hits, and the road, mate. Not me, some cunt from the Department of Transport, some other cunt in the super cheap auto car park who wants his third radio check, and some little computer tracking the eyeballs to see if I'm falling asleep. The latter of which is actually pretty alright, because me and him have come to a bit of an agreement recently.
That's so fucking funny. He can get the shit out while he's driving. That's really stupid.
On April 25th, 2025, Devin Dreeshen wrote a letter to one councillor in my city to complain about a bike lane being built on 132nd Avenue, the street where I'm standing right now. The complaint is likely a ploy by my provincial government to distract from the number of scandals going on right now, and, well, I've taken the bait. On this episode of Bike Nudge Nudge, I'm going to talk about 132nd Avenue in my city. I'll show the history of the project, the controversy surrounding the project, and what is being built along this street. 132nd Ave is a collector road in the north part of my city.
He's from Edmonton. This is in Edmonton. Oh, okay. This hits right at home. Let's go.
It runs for 7.25 kilometers from Ford Road in the east to 127th Street in the west. As a collector road, it's just supposed to connect the quiet residential roads to the main arterial
I'm
roads.
subscribing to this guy.
It's not supposed to be a major road that handles large volumes of SUVs. If you need to pass east-west,
Come on, I'm subscribed to this guy. What the fuck? Why can't I click the
through this
subscribe
area,
button?
an actual
I'm trying to subscribe to this Urbanist channel, man. I'm gonna subscribe to the Urbanist channel in Edmonton. Fuck! Why can't I subscribe to this fucking guy? We're at 53 seconds.
on April 25th, 2025, Devin
Finally.
Dreeshen wrote a letter to one councillor in my city, standing on just supposed to be a major road. An actual national highway is about 800 meters
Yep, the Yellowhead.
to the south,
My favorite fucking road in the whole city.
and a large road is about 800 meters to the north. The city decided that 132nd Avenue needed to be renewed, and in September of 2020, they started to engage with the nearby residents on the project. By October of 2022, there was a final design. There is now a plan for 5 years of construction to redo 132nd
Right, it
Avenue.
looks ugly as
In
fuck.
2023, work was started from 97th Street to 107th Street. 2024 saw more work from 97th Street to 113th A Street. We're now in 2025, and work should be done between 66th Street and 82nd Street. This is the part of the stretch of 132nd Avenue that Minister Dreeshen has a problem with. That brings us to the minister and his issues with bike lanes. The minister is concerned about the poor
See, this guy, he doesn't understand how corrupt. This city is so fucking corrupt. It's unreal. Okay? Nothing here gets done the right way because everybody's busy lining their pockets. That's why.
portion from 66th Street to 97th Street. As Minister of Transportation for a
Yo, what's up, 2S9 Anarchist server?
right-wing regressive government, he is only concerned with increasing road capacity for motor vehicles. He is a one more lane will do it, bro.
Yep.
At the end,
Retards. All politics is stupid, dude. Okay? They're all stupid. They're all corrupt. They all line their pockets with your tax dollars, man. Both sides.
of his letter, he encourages canceling or postponing any bike
I
lane
agree with what
that
you're
takes
saying
away
right now. Just one more lane, bro. Just one more fucking lane.
space from SUVs. The beginning of his post on Shitter talks about only using tax dollars to build and expand
Yeah, like infrastructure where I can scooter down the fucking road, and it has a nice like, oh, just come on, man. Eh. Look at this. This is so much more livable than what we have. It's so much better. You can have cars here. You can have cars and this. Cars are allowed here. You can have cars in this and motorcycles. Look, there's cars in it. Look at how nice that is. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that a beautiful place? Wouldn't you love to live there in a city like that? Wow. Look at this. Not just people riding in cars, but in bikes and all sorts of different ways to ride around so you're not stuck and fucking in the, like where my problem is, where I'm stuck in the suburbs with no driver's license and no car. Like, look at this, man. Wouldn't this be amazing? Oh, look at that, a tram. We're building trams here. Just got a new tram. But be more.
structure, because bike lanes are not an infrastructure and they magically appear in cities for free. He also says we need to find better ways to manage growth, and those better ways are to continue building.
You can have your cake and eat it too, guys. It doesn't just need to be cars.
The same roads we've
Look at Europe.
Building for the past 80 years. I try to be respectful on this channel, so I won't use ad hominem attacks. The fact that Minister Dreeshen campaigned for Donald Trump or had to step down from a previous cabinet post due to drinking on the job and abusing staff isn't what makes his argument against bike lanes bad. I only quickly watched his video on Shitter because I was tipped off that he stole footage from one of my videos. A friend said the video was just the usual 1980s anti-bike arguments. I'm not going to suggest anyone go to Shitter, so just subscribe to my channel.
Come on, dude. What? And you know what made me so irritated? When they tore down the trolley buses. Why? Why? Why did he tear it down?
One of the many good urbanist YouTube channels.
We had trolley buses, man. We had trolley buses. I missed the... Oh, give me the trolley buses back. Look at what we had. Remember what we had, guys. Remember what we had. Remember what we had. Now they have to buy these stupid electric buses that are rip-offs. All they had to do was get these buses instead. Oh, we had trolley buses. And they tore it all down.
You can have the knowledge to tell Dreeshen why he's wrong, if you ever have the
No, it's not pre-recorded. Why does people think it's pre-recorded? No. We're not pre-recorded. Here. Here's the proof. Not pre-recorded. Okay?
of meeting him in public. I also have no proof that my provincial government is just borrowing from Doug Ford and the Ontario Conservative government and using a bike lane to distract from a major healthcare scandal that should be getting a lot more attention and a public inquiry.
She fixed the healthcare system, okay?
But that's enough history about this little collector road. For the rest of this video,
I'm not into politics. I think all parties are full of shit. So
I'm going to ride the entire length of the road, and stop to remark about the old configuration of the road, and to show off some of the new stuff. From what I hear, there's some really good bike infrastructure going on.
What this guy's saying, okay?
So here we have service road. There was one just behind us that disappeared, and now this one appears. I don't like service roads as bike infrastructure because, as you can see, this one just appeared out of nowhere.
Like, look at this abhorrent waste of space that barely gets used, other than I guess when the church has church on Sunday. Like, don't they have a parking lot? Why does this need to be here? Why does that have to be here? I don't understand why they have this extra little road here for no fucking reason. Why does it need to be that wide?
And then we always have to
The
stop
church has their own parking lot, don't they?
signs, and this person goes through. I'm not sure should I be the stop sign or obey the red light. Let's obey the red light.
And you can still keep the on-street parking. They just need to improve it. It's so wide for no reason. It's not even being used.
And here you can see this is why I don't like
My
service.
mom, here's the thing. Just for the record, I voted PPC and my mom calls me a liberal.
This road's because it is just stopped.
I just support stuff that's logical, okay? I'm
So now I
autistic.
have to get back on the main street.
why is it so wide? Like, why? I know exactly what it is. Why does the road need to be that wide?
Just take a
Dude.
quick pause from biking. You can see
And
behind
that's commonplace all over the place here. All over the place.
my shoulder there's a Catholic school, and over on my left side there's a high school. So I think 132nd Avenue 10 or 15 years ago there were debates about putting bike lanes on here. There are 6 schools from what I know. Some of them are kindergarten to grade 9 or kindergarten to grade 6. There's the high school that I just mentioned.
My parents think it's all about control. It's not. I just want a livable city, man. We're gonna hop on the tram. There's a trolley bus. I can ride in the bike lane on my scooter or on my bike. And it's like a whole network across the whole city, so it's not a fucking pain in the ass going across the Henday or whatever. Like,
The parents didn't want
I
this,
don't have to go next to all this traffic. You know what I mean? Like,
didn't want any kind of bike infrastructure put in here because somehow this road is safer for children.
that's what they'll say.
Although
Yes,
some of the
the big wide open lanes that makes people want to drive faster is safer for kids.
arguments were this road is too unsafe for bike infrastructure, so we don't want to make the road safer by putting bike infrastructure or giving the road a road diet. So we can't have safe roads because the roads are unsafe.
It clearly needs to be redone anyway. Look at the asphalt, dude. It's
All right, let's move on.
you can tell they don't pave it, like repave it often because it probably is expensive as fuck because it's a horrid waste of fucking space.
So this is what's being replaced.
This street has no fucking reason to be that wide, man. No fucking reason at all.
A 4-lane road. It is a collector road. You see it on Saturday afternoon. It's not that busy. It's very bumpy, so I can see why they want it fixed. But that's what happens when you have a city like mine with 1 million people.
And dumbasses in charge.
And
corrupt officials lining their pockets.
10,000 kilometers. Hey! Well, pardon the interruption. I always like to
I'm
say
just saying, have you ever seen my stream, dude? I know we don't politically align, but in this way, we align. Okay?
that
Or probably even religiously. I don't have religion. I believe in Jesus Christ and I follow Jesus Christ, not religion, it's just the truth. But I agree with what you're saying everywhere, other than the political shit. They're all fucking corrupt, dude. They're all corrupt. It doesn't matter what party. They could be part of any party.
nice bike infrastructure, nice public places, nice third spaces, always bring people together. You get these random meetings, which are nice to see friends and have a chat. It looks like the road is closed here for more construction, so we're going to have to take a little detour. So it looks like not everyone is happy in the area for having bike lanes. Apparently they like 4 lanes. The bus stops are not going away. The service roads are going away, but there's still parking. There's still room for school drop-off, pickup. But service roads are not great for bikes.
This person is literally advocating for their tax dollars being wasted. Seriously. All because of how like they have the UCP in their brain. Like it's like a brain rot. It doesn't matter what political party do, they're all corrupt. Your taxes already went up, so you're gonna waste your tax dollars on repaving a big ass road that literally does not benefit you in any way. You don't want a nice tree canopy like in here. Give me a second, I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'll eat a piece of bread or some shit. We're just gonna have ice cream. We're gonna eat ice cream while we watch this video. But okay, so this person, I don't understand what your problem is. Like, let's go to. I'm gonna go to a beautiful neighborhood which I would love to live in, even though it's in the ghetto area. It's still a beautiful neighborhood. So, go up here, and keep in mind, me and him, we're from the same city. We're from Edmonton, Alberta, okay? So let's go all the way over here. Yes, it's in the ghetto. Who cares? But look at it. This is so beautiful. This, I would love to live here. Look at this. And yeah, you can probably even add bike lanes here too, by the way, and it would be nice. But look at this tree canopy. I love it. Versus this. Seriously.
With 1 million people and
people are like, oh, no one would ever use it. Family on the bikes right there while he's on a bike on the other side.
10,000 kilometers. Hey! Well, pardon the interruption. I always like to say that nice bike infrastructure, nice public places, nice third spaces. But service roads are not great for bikes. The bike lanes that are coming in are for bikes, also other people wheeling. So mobility scooters, shared electric scooters, that sort of thing. There doesn't have to be as much school drop-off and pickup if children can have some independence and be able to...
And dude, e-scooters are sweet. I really like them.
Bike to school themselves. I'll have to see later if this project is costing $95 million. The whole road is being resurfaced, which includes the car lanes. They are planting trees, they are planting grass. There is parking, there is a bus. And this is a municipal decision, so it's the municipal government that has chosen to do this. It is the provincial government that is now sticking its nose in and wants to stop it. And it's not Blake Desharnais who's done this because he is a federal NDP candidate. And the NDP has so few seats federally that they are not actually going and telling Edmonton which cities have to have bike lanes along them. So not a lot of truth to this sign, in my opinion.
Nope. This is getting better. They should put trees on this side. In the sidewalking, trees. This is so much better. I like this. This makes it so much nice. I can scooter. I can scooter in that. I can ride this in that and not get run over and have cars up my ass.
Well, I've just entered the new bike infrastructure, and to quote Brad Pitt from Bullet Train, this is nice. It needs to be swept, but it is only the end of April, so sweeping doesn't hurt.
And add some little trees on the side, you know?
Yeah.
Make a tree canopy like that, like this. This is beautiful. I love this.
So I've come to the first interesting aspect about this bike lane, and that is at all the intersections, it seems that they've put in, or many of the intersections, they've put in a curb bump out to shorten the crossing distance, and also there's a little island refuge for
That's good. That's good.
for pedestrians or cyclists to wait so that they're not blocking the bike lane or the sidewalk as they're going across.
Right now, all our infrastructure around us, like this, it's not built like this. It's built anti-human. It's built anti-human.
You can see a little bit the dirt over there. They've actually put in parking along the side of the road, and then the bump out just ends the parking. We're coming up with something else that I'm really liking about this bike lane. It's the raised sidewalks. We're crossing a street. This person has a yield and I don't.
That's great.
And there's still no park in the sidewalk. But the raised crosswalk shows that they should have yielded to me, that I have priority, and that driver should have stopped.
And here's the thing: we're still like we should be building like this, but with this added to it. You know what I mean? Like this is great, but add that other stuff to it. You know? It'd be nice to have a little bike lane right here, and which is what they're doing. They were doing that. But look at this. We're gonna go to my neighborhood now. Okay. I live in the suburbs, so I have it really bad. I keep getting called by people. Anyway, put down. We're not accepting calls right now. We go around here. I mean, it's not that bad. Cul-de-sacs isn't that bad. Like when they pre-build the stuff. Okay, this is obviously the road. Here's my bane of my existence. Okay. Sorry about the lag or the jitter. Let's close out Discord. But anyway, okay. So it's not that bad, but I personally prefer blocks, dude. Cul-de-sacs makes everything so much ass. Like just build blocks like that. But like, when they build the shared use paths alongside of it with the neighborhood, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Because I actually utilize these all the time. But, the problem is, when they build stuff, they forget some other things. Like, there's no sidewalk down this road at all. There's no sidewalk. So whenever I want to come down here to Shoppers Drug Mart, which is over here, this is an old photo, but there's a Shoppers Drug Mart right here now. And a gas station over there and all that. But whenever I want to come down here, I have to scooter on the fucking road or walk on the side of the grass. There's literally a sidewalk made by humans. All they had to do was pave this path up there. Or pave a path on this side. Or put a shared use path on this side. But they don't do that. They only do this shit because they're obligated to. And they don't do it the right way. So basically, stop calling me. Every time I want to come down over here, I have to fucking walk. There's a shared use path all the way up until right here. It ends right here. Then there's a sidewalk right here. And then there's no sidewalk the whole way down here. Do you think I want to go all the way around into this neighborhood on the sidewalk? I should be able to just go right down this road. And they didn't pave a sidewalk there, no shared use path. Here down this way, there is one. Over here, there's one all the way up to here. Okay? If you pre-think it ahead and actually build the paths like that so I can actually get from fucking here to here, that's okay. But honestly, it just seems like they only did it as an afterthought. You know what I mean? It's not really thought through. And then also, say I'm over here, where I live, around here, and I want to get to over here by bike. I have to go through here. Which is absolutely terrible. It's the worst fucking place you ever could imagine to be on in a bike. This. Like, what the fuck is this? What is this? And there's no sidewalk, there's no shared use path. So I would have to go, instead of going to get to the Twilling Rec Center, going like that, the way I would go, I would have to go all the way down Rabbit Hill Road, through all this shit. Ooh. And by the way, there's no crosswalk here either. There is one right here, kind of, I guess. Hey, never mind, I was wrong. There's one right here, the shared use path right here. But, it goes all the way down there, nice. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. How about this part? Then it just ends, man. It just ends at this intersection. It turns into a sidewalk. Yeah. I don't want to fucking ride next to all this shit. It's annoying. You think I want to be next to all these cars and hear? I don't want to hear that shit. I'm autistic. I hate that shit. Loud noises disturbs me. So, Why is there no pedestrian overpass or something that's separate from the car one? Or a cyclist bridge. Alright. You could have built the shared use path. This is city Edmonton property. You could build the shared use path, came down along Ellerslie Road here. With a little bridge over here. They're having to do that. Like, this is inherently anti-human. Like, what makes you think I want to ride past all this fucking... And this is always jam-packed with traffic. It's always lined up here. What makes you think I want to ride past all these looping fucking cars? And it's like, there's no trees either. It's just barren. It's like fucking annoying, man. It's not that I'm against the highway. They do put a share use path, but like, seriously, it's only for people in this area. Everybody else over here has to go out of their way to go over here. Just to get to the fucking rec center. And if you're back over here, if you're way back here, you're probably boned, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's, they do the shared use pass for within the neighborhood, but it's not a connected network. It's all like mismatched, goes random places, it'll end some places. And it bothers me, man. And then people are against this stuff. I'm totally for this. It's not to limit the parking. It's to make better use of the fucking space that we have.
A lot earlier. Oh well. Guess it takes time to learn. Another thing interesting about this bike path, I looked at schematics. You can see by these markings, it's two-way right here. It looks to be about 3 meters wide, which is the minimum standard. But for most of the bike lane, it's supposed to be just one direction, which you can see from this marking right here. But it really looks like they've kept the width of the lane. It looks to be still about 3 meters wide, which would be really nice for passing, for riding with someone.
Literally. Scooter down that shit, dude.
This is nice. And after a lot of detouring, here we are back on 132nd Avenue. Stabilization on the camera might not show the bump up and bump down.
You know why I need that? So cars won't fly through the fucking intersection and run people over.
Level sidewalk, extended sidewalk. But here we are back on the bike lane. It seems to have changed here. It is now
This looks so nice. It looks so much nicer than it used to be.
narrower than where we were before. This looks to be maybe probably 2 meters, I'd say, not 1.5 meters. A meter and a half being the bare minimum, so it's nice they did the 2 meters.
And here's the thing. This is all single family housing. Don't you guys have a fucking parking pad in the back or a garage? So why are you complaining about street parking? Use your fucking garage and your parking pad.
And they still have the 2 different treatments. So the bike lane has the black asphalt, and then the sidewalk is the white concrete.
You're not, what's the word? The city's not obligated to provide you street parking if you have a fucking parking pad. Okay?
And you can see there's lots of parking.
Or a garage that you ram pack with junk. Clean your garage up, park your cars in it.
It does end at each intersection where there's a bump out for crossing. And once again, continuous sidewalk, very nice. And the need to sweep the bike lane, but since it's still under construction, I can see why they haven't done it yet.
And it's so nice. The only thing I'd like to see is maybe plant some trees. I like that tree canopy, dude. I really like it.
So I don't
they are
mind
planting trees. Good.
people biking, wheeling, scooting, but sometimes you have to watch out for the Canada geese.
That's a Cobra chicken. I keep looking back and thinking that my fucking scooter is a Cobra chicken.
Looks like he's moving over to the sidewalk where pedestrians should be. And I mentioned they did keep bus service down this road, and here you can see they've put the waiting area between the bike path and the road, so there's no big mass of people coming on and off through the bike lane. People loading will go through the bike lane slowly. It's just when people come off, you'll get a mass of people coming through the bike lane. But I like that way. This is a nice.
This makes me happy.
I like that way.
Even thought about pedestrian lighting. Nice.
This is a nice little feature. Not only is the sidewalk continuous, but they've actually raised the entire intersection. You can see the road is very straight and long, and there's no brakes, so people can go quite fast. And raising the intersections once in a while can actually help to slow down the SUV.
Yeah, slow down the people who fly through the fucking neighborhood, dude. Run people over. There's kids, like, if I was living in this neighborhood before they did this reconstruction, I would be pissed off. I wouldn't want to live there. I wouldn't want to have kids there, because people are probably flying down the street, dude. Just fucking run my kids over.
These. So, it's a good thing. Here's another aspect of this busy road. This is almost a protected intersection. That little island causes drivers to have to go around, and they're further into their corner, so they tend to see people walking and biking more than if the turn happens a lot closer to the intersection. And we're coming up on the end of our tour.
Whoever designed this had a thoughtful design. I like it. I would like to live in this neighborhood.
And this is the 132nd Ave part, because this is Fort Road coming up. The bike lane ends. There are some nice crosswalks. Just bumps into the sidewalk. Watch out for pedestrians crossing. And you're now at Fort Road. So I've traveled there and back again along parts of the new bike lane, but along as much of the road that's being redone as I could. Some was blocked due to construction, and I have a few thoughts. Let's start with the cons. The biggest con I found is connectivity. I came in from the southwest, and I had a...
That's what I'm talking about. Like, in the area where I'm at, yeah, I could scooter all the way to Century Park from here, but I would have to take a stupid route. It would be a long, stupid route versus just a more direct route.
a nice bike lane, then a service road, then construction, then a dismount and walk sign, which is one of my city's favorite signs. To the east, it's not much better. You go to Fort Road, and there are some things to do
I
on
never follow those signs.
Fort Road, but it doesn't look like there's any bike infrastructure to get you there once you've come to the end of the bike lane. But I'll balance that con with a pro. There's lots to do on the bike lane. There's shops, I think there's 6 schools, churches, there's a recreation center, lots of residential housing in the area. Even if the bike lane isn't connected to something else, it could get good use just from people in the area trying to get kids to school.
And here's the people who live on this street think they're obligated to have this parking here. You have a parking pad behind your house, dude. Fucking use it.
School or to get to recreation centers. And that's actually a huge thing, is allowing children to have their own mobility. You can see on this 4-lane road, you probably wouldn't want younger children biking all alone. Another pro is this road is...
And here's the best part. All the people who hate this shit, who hate this kind of stuff that I really like, this stuff, oh, look at it. So nice. Nice and new. Nice and new. Oh, dude, people never use it. As a family, another family rolls by. As another family on bikes rolls by with a chariot.
being put on a diet, which I think it really needs. People I know have been saying that about 7,000 vehicles per day travel this road. You can see behind me, it's kind of quiet. This is just a regular Saturday afternoon, so maybe school pickup and drop off is a bit busier. Maybe when church is in, it might be a bit busier, but you don't need 4 lanes for 7,000 vehicles a day. You only go up to 4 lanes when you're at least 12 or 15,000 vehicles a day, and maybe even you can get by with 2 lanes up to 25,000 vehicles a day. The biggest pros are the bike lanes themselves. They are really well done. In many places, they're way above the standard 1.5 meters for one direction of bike lane. Near the park here behind me, there's some small sections of 2-way traffic where it goes up to the standard 3 meters. The bike lanes are separated from pedestrians. It's black asphalt for the bikers.
But they even planted trees, so one day there's gonna be a tree canopy. Yay!
And it is white concrete for pedestrians.
It was like this.
Another nice thing about the bike lane is the raised crosswalks. It shows that people biking or scooting or on wheelchairs or the pedestrians, they
Like I said, I present to you I present to you a beautiful neighborhood. It's just missing the bike lanes. But look at this. Look at this wonderful place. Wouldn't you want to live on this street? Wow. As opposed to
have the
where I
right of way.
live.
It's drivers and SUVs who are crossing the bike lane, not the other way around. And I'd have to say, the absolute biggest
That's
con
the key. Those crossings, they need to be raised like that, because otherwise people will plow through intersections, dude, and they'll run people over.
of this entire
This is
project
just slow. You gotta make the design speed of the road lower, so people don't want to speed on it. You know what I mean? If you make the road smaller, they're not gonna speed on it because it's smaller. Like if the road's wider, the safety in their head goes up, and they're like, oh, it's a big wide open road, I can speed, you know?
is that the city is doing it. It is showing that the city is capable of building really nice infrastructure. This is part of a collector renewal program. It is not part of the $100 million to accelerate the network expansion. But that $100 million, in my opinion, is likely going to feel misspent when you see that the city can build stuff like this, but for the $100 million, all we're getting is wide sidewalks, and it really looks like we're just going to get some signs on residential streets saying that people biking can be there. Now, this is a really expensive project. If you believe the sign back there, and I'll have a little caption showing how much this project is actually costing, then $100 million might.
And here's the best part: they're so like concerned about making that fucking road for like traffic like that, but like he said, 800 meters away is the fucking Yellowhead. The Trans-Canada Highway is 800 fucking meters away, man. 132nd Ave, that's what he's talking about. Up here. The Yellowhead is right here. It's literally the Trans-Canada Highway. You don't need that to be a big wide road because you got a fucking a big highway right here. Seriously.
Might be spent on just 7.25 kilometers of bike lane. But when you look at the city's entire transportation budget, it's not all that much. The city has 10,000 kilometers of roads. They're not in good shape. It takes a lot of time and effort to keep them going. And the city spends each year about $10 million just filling potholes. So I really like this bike lane. I wish it was closer to where I live. Once the little sapling trees that they've planted start to bloom, you get some nice shade along the bike lane, and hopefully you'll get a lot of people using it. I think it's really nice, so thanks for watching.
It is really nice. It's super dope. And see what I mean by I don't like politics? Because that fucking provincial government's like, they're coming, I forgot about that movie. Anyway. Ridge lines versus real truck owners. You're still watching. Anyway, yeah, I agree with that guy's video.
Have you ever heard of blue dots? Well, it's come to my attention that some of the younger generation are unfamiliar with this appearance mod. So in this video, I'm going to discuss that old school modification. Hey Nova fans, welcome back to the
Anything like my
channel.
old Chevy Nova, it'll light up the night sky.
A couple of weeks ago, I posted a picture of my Nova on Instagram. It was a close-up shot of the rear corner of my car, showing the taillights and panel, just like in this shot you're seeing now. Now, a number of people asked me about this round circle you see in my taillight lens. Now, at that moment, I realized many of the people that use electronic media, such as Instagram and YouTube, are younger than me and may not know about a lot of the old-school modifications that people older than me taught me many, many years ago. They are who I learned about blue dots from, and they were so common back then. When I posted the picture, I didn't even realize that people wouldn't know what they were. All right, way back when, before we had LEDs and HIDs and halos and angel eyes and all the other lighting technology now, all we had were blue dots. So what is a blue dot? If you look closely in my taillight lens, you'll see it's a blue multifaceted lens. Okay, and it's right in the center. And basically what this does is it creates a blue light in the center of your red brake light, giving your brake light a purplish appearance. All right, so at night when you just have the parking lights on, the lights appear red, and when you put your foot on the brake and the brake light goes on, the brake lights turn purple. So you can almost make out the circular pattern inside the lens, and you can see that the facet is right in the center.
That's cool.
The blue dot used to be made of glass, but today they're made of plastic like the rest of the taillight lens. And what you do is drill a hole in the taillight lens directly over where the bulb is located, the same size as the blue dot lens. Then you can either superglue the lens in place, or like I did here, use the chrome bezel to hold the blue dot to the lens. There's 4 metal tabs on the bezel. 2 hold the blue dot into the bezel, while the other 2 hold the bezel to the lens. Now, 20 years ago when I did this, I chose to use the bezel, but today I think I would use super glue instead. I think it's a cleaner way to put them in, and maybe that'll be a video I'll do in the future. Anyway, this was popular in the 40s and the 50s, but probably started even before then. Nobody really knows for sure. It was mostly done on older cars and motorcycles with small, round taillights. Some high-end packers like Cadillacs installed them from the factory just because it was more of a high-end thing to do. So why was this done and when did it start? Well, nobody really knows when or why. It was mostly done as a custom appearance, but some people claim it was done to make the brake lights brighter, because back then, brake light bulbs were not as powerful. So there may be some truth to that, because the blue light is very bright when it's used. Now, another tale that's a little more far-fetched was that in the 40s and 50s, doctors and emergency workers used them on their personal cars. And the reasoning was that police would see the purple taillights and know it was a doctor that was speeding to a house visit or an emergency worker running to an emergency. So the cops wouldn't chase them and give them tickets. And then when hot rodders discovered this, they said, I'm going to put them on my car so cops don't chase me when I'm speeding. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. There may be a little bit of truth in that, but it just seems far-fetched to me.
Yeah, it does.
Today, they're illegal in most states, unless you have a special permit or you have a classic car or antique car registration. Now, I've never had a problem here in Pennsylvania, even back before I had classic car registration on the Nova. But most modern cars don't really lend themselves to this kind of modification because of LED lights and just larger tail lights. It just doesn't really work that well. But if your car has smaller lenses and a centralized bulb, you might be able to try this mod yourself. Okay, that's all I have for now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please click.
The Oldsmobile Jetway 707 is by far the strangest vehicle to be featured on this channel. At first I thought it was made up, like it was some sort of rendering that someone made. Or maybe a silly concept from GM because they have and still come up with some crazy stuff. Turns out it wasn't a rendering, so then maybe it was this one-off prototype, but that wasn't it either. The Oldsmobile Jetway 707 also wasn't this one-off custom built.
Dude, GM, man, they have some weird cars, dude. Like, you should watch like the history of all, Ed's Auto Reviews. Watch Ed's Auto Reviews, the Automotive History series. Watch it. It's worth it. It's a cool series. Ugh. Anyway, I'm gonna call it for today. I'm streaming a bit. I'll come back in a bit. I'm gonna do something else today. So see you guys. Thanks for watching, like, and subscribe. And yeah, remember, this is the truth. Jesus Christ is the truth. He's coming back. John 3:16. All you have to do is believe. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. That's the truth. Thanks for watching, and yeah.